What is up, guys? You've got the Oracle there back for the finals with my red-green creature-based deck, which is quite stupid but also quite funny. And I have a very solid hand there that I'm gonna keep. The opponent wait a little bit and choose to keep. Yeah, my hand is just great. It'd be even better on the play, but still kind of like it. Not sure what we are playing here. Colorless and blue maybe? Colorless and black. Alright. Well, Looming Spire is a sweet draw. It works quite well with Bailout Pops. Alright. So let's see what the opponent does. Playing. Might be playing the black-white ally deck. I guess we'll see. Anyway, I'm clearly playing a pop there. Loam Larva is not my favorite, but given that I only have 3 lands so far, it's most likely gonna be quite good. And yeah, as I mentioned, things are shaping up quite well so far. So yeah, not much else to say. And we are apparently playing a black-white deck, which is fine, I guess. So I think I'll play Pop. I could play the Vile Redeemer, but I kind of want to keep that around for a potential block during an attack step. I lose a bit of mana by doing so, but I don't think it's much of an issue. The opponent might play another removal spell, maybe. If the opponent has a lot of removal spell, that's gonna be bad. Ooh. Displacer. Well, that card is nearly unbeatable, so that's not a great news. Yeah, that's just quite bad for me. I'm playing 2 removals in my deck, but if... well, never mind! Never mind. I was like, I'm really in a bad spot if I cannot draw them, but I just managed to draw one. I think at this point I'm killing that. I think I'll just attack first, actually. If my opponent wants to trade, I'm fine. I'm fine trading and keeping my Oath in hand. I don't think it's likely to happen since that thing is nearly unbeatable. I think I'll kill it now for 2 reasons. First, my opponent might have some support card. Second, he might have any trick to save it. So I will just not take any chances. And I think killing that is something I need to do. And I think I will not play Looming Spires. I don't have any like 5-drop that I'm eager to play in my hand. I miss a land drop there, that's for sure, but I don't think it's too problematic. It makes sure I can deal 4 of my bailout next turn, which is nice. You know, if the opponent plays some sort of 2/4 that the ally deck tend to have in massive amount, or 1/4 even maybe, I'd be glad to still have that Looming Spire. Healer is a bit annoying, not too much. It's not at its best against a green deck, since, you know, I'm attacking with those big creatures. Alright, well, I guess time has come to Looming Spire that. Attack for 4, and I guess I'll try to trap that healer. My opponent is likely to have a removal, but, you know, not much I can do about that. I don't think playing Larva does any good to me. And if my Vile Redeemer leaves, then I can saddle back, attack for 8 more, and things are shaping up decently well for me. As the opponent plays something before attacking. Okay, well, actually it makes sense because of the healer, I guess, and the bat. Yeah, that makes quite a bit of sense. He might not attack with the healer. He will attack with the healer, though. Well, let's try to eat it. My opponent might have a Lithomancer Focus in hand, and you know, that's gonna be annoying, but there's not a whole lot of things I can do about that. So I guess I'll block, and if he does have the trick, oh well. But he didn't, so that's great. And now that, ooh, well, I'm not casting that anytime soon, but the Lagak giving full power to both my creatures is gonna be amazing just right now. Well, basically the best thing that could have happened just happened. And if the opponent is willing to trade the pop for the Spawnbinder, I'm fine with that. because it means my Lagak can attack. But it took 8, which is also fine. And I like my spot now. And basically, since I have the A-less Watcher, I just need one more land and I can cast Omnath. And yeah, things are looking great. So basically, if I draw spells, I can cast most of them, especially since the Larva is going to provide me with a 5th land. And if I draw lands, I'm fine too, given the 2/7 drops and the Omnath. So yeah, I couldn't dream of a better draw. That was, I mean, drawing the Oath of Chandra right on time was also quite sick, because I don't think my deck can beat that. And I only have 2 cards that can kill it. I guess token from Omnath. I guess I have 3 creatures that could potentially kill it, but it's not too likely. Iona's Blessing? Well, that's actually quite good, but that, you know, enchantments are fairly bad in limited, but I guess it's gonna work fine for my opponent here. He should definitely attack with the bat. It's not like I can swing back for a match. Alright. So, and he can block an additional creature, I guess. He is at 7 though. So yeah, actually playing defensively makes sense. Alright, I think I'll play my Watcher, my Forest, and pass the turn. No real reason to do anything else. And I might just win because of Omnath, which I hope is gonna be sweet. Omnath into Gladeheart Cavalry should seal the deal, I hope. If my opponent can come back after Omnath and Gladeheart Cavalry, well, their deck is much better than mine. Soothsayer is quite threatening, but I think Omnath will do quite a good job before Soothsayer can do anything too annoying, especially since I drew a land there. So alright, Omnath is in the battlefield, great. Next turn I might be able to Gladeheart Cavalry, and that should seal the deal. Sure. So, don't think I can attack efficiently right now, but if I draw a land next turn, I can pump my whole team, attack with everything, and get another elemental. That'd be sick. And if I can draw a spell, it's fine too. So even though Soothsayer is a bit threatening, I don't feel too bad here. Like, even if my opponent kills Omnath, which doesn't seem to happen, and if any of my Omnath or Omnath token die, the opponent takes 3/2. Alright, things are looking great. Ooh, another Lagak. That's interesting to say the least. Guess I'll play the Larva. Don't mind drawing a land at all. Guess it's gonna be Swamp. I'll play my Lagak. Yeah, that's quite a powerful board. I'll boost my Omnath token for sure. And maybe Omnath itself. Don't think I want to attack with Omnath though, given that I'm drawing a land next turn. And that if it dies, the ability cannot be used anymore. I mean... so I guess, let's say I attack with everything. He's likely to block here, so he kill my Omnath. Maybe chump here, then he eats 2. I think is he dead? I'm unsure. I don't really want to trade Omnath for a bat, but maybe it's right, because he goes to 4 basically. This can block 2 creatures though, so he could actually... He lets me attack though. He didn't use the ability, which is a bit... Actually no, never mind. So I guess he can block. I might dead. Actually I'm dead if he can leave and swing back, but I don't think it's too likely to happen. Honestly, I feel like I will just attack with that and settle for the kill next turn. So I have the Gladeheart Cavalry too. I think attacking with everything there might have been lethal. Guess he blocks here. This can block that and that. Let me think. Okay, I will lose one there, no problem. Now the good news is that he has to block that. If that thing dies, he goes to 3. Then Omnath is lethal. But if I had attacked with everything, he could have block here. This block that, and then that thing eats my Lagak. We trade here, and then actually he would lose his board but not die actually. And I think keeping Omnath back to make sure it doesn't die. Yeah, given that he had a removal, not attacking with everything was definitely right. And next turn I'll be able to attack for lethal. I'm quite sure. Yeah. I don't see how my opponent is leaving the next attack. Especially since I guess he can jump on. Actually he's not dead. But he will lose his entire board. His or her entire board. So, yup. Yeah, things are looking good. A removal on Omnath right now would help my opponent, but probably not be enough. The fact that this can block 2 creatures provide my opponent with 5 blocker, so he could theoretically, if he has a removal for, well, I'm glad I used that here so he cannot kill it. The Redeemer is gonna die. And my opponent is dead, I think, now. Quite sure. So, yeah. 6. He has 5 blocker. Actually, no, he's not dead. He's not technically dead, but he will lose his entire board. So there is that too. And I will be left with another Omnath token, so... Alright. Gladeheart Cavalry on Omnath and its token. How fun. Well, that's definitely a fat and stupid deck. I guess the opponent had enough there. So we are definitely playing the white-black ally deck. Iona's Blessing is actually quite sick against me. I cannot really beat that. Soothsayer is also annoying. Displacer is annoying, so I don't think it's gonna be a great matchup for me in the end. We'll see. I think Bat is not enough to make me want to side in that Gambit. Maybe that Wonder-Plated Crusher. I have so many 7-drop though. No, I think one more time I keep the deck the way it is. It is just good this way. Just a bit worried because my opponent has some really threatening and annoying creature, and I'm playing 2 removal plus 3 creature that can a little bit act like removal, but overall I'm not sure that this matchup is gonna be great for me. We'll see though. Omnath into Gladeheart Cavalry was apparently enough, at least. So we might do that again. That'd be fairly fun. As the opponent is apparently taking a bit of time to sideboard. But yeah, I'm really worried about the Eldrazi Displacer. That thing is nearly unbeatable if it stays on the battlefield, and my opponent does have access to colorless, so that's rather bad news. My hand is decent though. I have one of my 2 removals. I need green, but I think it's a keep, given that I'm on the draw. I mean, even on the play I would keep that, but I have basically 2 land that enables a removal. I need a bit more lands, but that aside, things are looking fine. Forest be better than Mountain, but oh well. Swamp and nothing, alright. I guess nothing. Ooh, Omnath. I definitely want lands now. And if I don't draw them, I might be in trouble. Displacer is getting killed if this is what happens. Familiar. I think I kind of have to kill that. I would want to keep that around for a potential displacer, but that thing is a flyer which I cannot deal with very efficiently anyway, and it's gonna apply pressure. I'm missing land drop. I don't think I can afford to wait for the displacer, unfortunately. Spawn Binder is not too threatening. Hopefully, if I ever draw a forest, I can fetch a swamp and then cast pretty much anything. But it seems like we are missing land drop there. And against the white-black ally deck, it's really bad news, because he's gonna be able to set up his things, make those tokens. Probably, if he or she has a soothsayer, he's gonna start drawing cards. You really don't want to miss land drop in this situation. I think if I draw a forest next turn, I should still be fine. If I miss on land drop one more turn, it's gonna be over, though, I'm quite sure. Well, guess I'll discard the cavalry. I kept the two-lander with an oath. I think it was definitely right. Now, if I never ever draw a force land or a green, there's just not much I can do, unfortunately. Connection was decent, though. I'd rather have drawn a land, but connection will do the trick for now. My opponent played a bunch of fairly bad creatures. Thing is, I'm gonna die quite quickly. Yeah, that was the last turn where, because next turn, yeah. That's unfortunate. I guess my curve is quite high, but I'm really stuck with not much there. Just a green would have been enough to get me at least 2 other lands. Guess I'll discard Omnath. Great. So if the opponent plays a land, I'm taking 3, 6, 12. Yeah. There's actually no way I'm coming back in this game, unfortunately. Yup. That was quite dumb. But, you know, sometimes it happens. It is Magic the Gathering. And I drew another mountain, okay. Well, let's concede. Not so fun, but not much I could have done. Alright. We saw the bat again, but Spark Mage Gambit seems definitely quite bad against my opponent. Yeah, I'll keep the deck the way it is, and hopefully I'll have a decent draw. In which case I could be fine. That game was quite. What is a word? The word for that? It was definitely not fun, but I'm looking for another word that I cannot find just yet. It was a bit underwhelming too. It was just quite bad overall, but it is the game, as this hand is quite good. Again, as I always say, I hope I will not draw many more lands. I guess a fifth land is good though. But I felt like this draft I spent all my time complaining about the amount of draw I was, the amount of land I was drawing, despite me playing 7 drops. So it kind of fired back at me last game since I drew no land. The 1/3 flyer would be mildly annoying. Any 2-drop is fine given the oath. I didn't play nothing, and I drew a Saddleback Lagak, which is definitely a nice one. The question now is, should I wait or should I just use my Lagak on the Vile Redeemer and start beating down? This is quite bad if my opponent has access to a removal. I still think I'll do that play unless I draw another 4-drop. Could wait to also put, but that draw doesn't need to be much bigger, and by doing that I apply this amount of pressure. And if my opponent doesn't have doesn't actually have a removal there, since I have the Oath of Chandra, I'm just applying a lot of pressure, and no removal is very good news. So if he plays anything that has 3 toughness, he or she is taking 7 more damages next turn. Otherwise, I'm likely to still be able to attack with that, and maybe even that, and play a Pass Warden, which is sweet. We'll see what happens. Definitely was a decent draw. I hope I don't draw many more lands, which is pretty much what I say every time. Now I do hope I draw more lands. Alright. Anyway, let's play that. No reason to wait. I don't think the opponent is ever gonna chump block, even with the knowledge of the pass warden. We have a bunch of big creatures there that are quite threatening. Lagak not doing much, chilling there. And basically playing that on turn 4 gave me 1 more damage, but also 4 more, because I wouldn't have been able to attack with Redeemer otherwise. So basically it was 5 damage for me, even though the creature itself is not looking too great right now. That being said, things are looking good. I have one of my 2 removal, a land, a 7-drop, so anything I can draw is good. I guess the only really bad draw is Bailout now, but it means that any Loam Larva or Natural Connection is better. So yeah, that was a good draw. And I shall not complain anymore about drawing too many lands. But you know, that's my that's my biggest fear in this game. I'm always like, sometimes you are mana screwed and you cannot do much, you cannot play anything, and you know your games end quickly. But the thing I'm fearing the most is game that goes long, where you cannot manage to that goes long and you cannot manage to ever draw spells and you lose because of that. Alright, I think I should play my forest first because of the dragon. That being said, I'll begin combat and see what happens. If he wants to take 9 there, I will not be able to draw a lot of Soothsayer, so I think it might just we might just see a trade there. Soothsayer is very powerful, but when you are at 3 life, it is less appealing. Or maybe it just chumps and keep the... Okay. That's a weird block. I don't understand that block. The reason is blocking with Soothsayer alone is enough, first. I guess you protect from 1 damage of trample, but if for some random reason I have the a 3 damage burn spell, which I do have, or the +3/+0 first strike, that's... No, I don't think +3/+0 exists, but if I have anything that deal +3 damages, that's quite bad for my opponent, so I'm a bit puzzled about that block, and I'll definitely take the opportunity to kill the Spawnbinder Mage now, since it blocks my Lagak fairly efficiently, and play my forest and pass the turn. The opponent has a lot of cards in hand, but he or she is quite far behind tempo-wise, especially since Cavalry is gonna put a lot of work next turn, I would assume. So, well, we'll see what happens. This game is definitely not won, but things are looking fine. The opponent plays a 6th land and a Chain Mage. That's likely to trade with my Saddleback after I will have made that a 5/5. And an Angelic Gift. Okay, well, that means at least my opponent doesn't have access to the Immolating Lair, which could have been a bit annoying. I'll keep my Mountain in hand for the Dragon and play my Cavalry. My opponent will most likely go down to 3. I'll go up to 22, and he'll be left with nothing, facing a 5/5 and 6/6 at 3 life. That being said, if my opponent has a removal for one of my thing, a chump blocker, and after that another removal, well, that's a lot of thing to ask for, maybe. What was I drawing? Pass Warden into Mountain. Alright. Anyway, that draft was quite sweet. I hope you enjoyed. I mean, the deck was stupid, but I enjoyed, played it quite a bit. I had fun. If you appreciate this kind of video, feel free to subscribe. And yeah, any like is appreciated too. Thank you for watching, and see you guys for another draft.